It is the terrifying horror film based on the beloved Stephen King novel that follows a group of youngsters in small-town Maine that are terrorized by an evil entity that can take the form of anything that they fear. If you've been living under a rock, you don't know that this new adaptation is out, because everyone is talking about it, which is why I had to make a video immediately after seeing it, because this is a Stephen King adaptation done right. Any big horror fan my age can remember being a kid and walking through the aisles of Blockbuster and roaming over against your parents' permission into the horror section to see what you might be able to slip into the stack that night. And if anyone else like me remembers the image of Tim Curry as Pennywise the Clown, it's imprinted in my brain. It's made me hate clowns forever. I hate clowns because of you, Tim Curry. But that miniseries we all know is absolute garbage at this point. And if you've also, like me, checked out all of the Stephen King adaptations growing up, you know that there are only so many good ones compared to the not so they're truly awful, some truly awful adaptations out there. This is what all fans of the book want out of this movie. This is stripped to the bones, gets all the bare essentials of the book that we want, and manages to squeeze it into just over 2 hours of pure cinematic bliss. I loved this film. There was so much hype going into this film, I did not know what to expect. I thought, you know what, we'll just see how it is. And this really was incredibly well done. It was like The Shining meets The Goonies. It was awesome. I really love how there are plenty of good, interesting, scary sequences from beginning to end in this whole film. There is a really good level of tension, only broken up by a few comedic jokes, courtesy of Trash Mouth Dozier. But throughout, we also have plenty of great scenes that truly build good characters. What makes this story, what people loved the book and even loved the miniseries for, was the camaraderie of these losers, these 7 characters that all band together to take on Pennywise, because no matter what, they all remind you of your friends that you had when you were 12 years old, that you were running around making clubhouses with. It brings back that childhood spirit, and that's why it's so fun, even as an adult, to watch this almost kids movie. Which I love that they take these kids and handle all of the things that happens to them in a very mature manner. They do not shy away from some of the more violent aspects. I was not expecting them to be as graphic as they were in some particular scenes, and they went there, which was incredibly terrifying, and I loved it. This was one of the most scary experiences I've had at a movie theater in a while, and I mean, it takes a lot to scare me, so it really wasn't like, oh my god, it's so terrifying, but it was really creepy throughout, and there were a couple moments that really got me. But again, I really love that at the end you have a really good story here. You could almost separate the scenes of terror and just the scenes of the characters together, and you would still get a really good film of just characters trying to overcome this, insurmountable force. And it's amazing because the horror, all of those sequences are used to string the story along. This is truly a good, scary story. It's amazing. This is honestly hard to pull off. We know there are really only so many good ones. I mean, Annabelle Creation, I think, really pleased a lot of people because it just so happened to be on the right side of mediocre. And we're willing to take that with movies today. But it is just purely good. It is, in my opinion, I hate to, be hyperbolic right off the bat, but this has got to be the movie of the fall because it is just so good. I already can't get over it. I need to see it again. I give it a 4 out of 5. It's a truly good movie that just so happens to be a really good horror film and one of the best Stephen King adaptations so far. So if you're thinking about merely checking it out, just thinking, oh, I'm not a horror fan, but I should go, definitely do. Get a ticket, lock yourself in. I guarantee you'll float too. If you made it this far, thanks for watching.